All right, guys. So I'm the only single man in this group. All right. And in the movie, Gwendolyn is single as well. She never made it official with Sebastian. So, y'all think I got a chance?
Can you crack a safe?
No.
Yeah, can you speak English, German, French?
No.
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah,
But you can do it. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. What's up, everybody?
I'm Ranuma,
I'm in.
And I'm Leo.
and welcome to the R&I Podcast. What's up, guys?
Welcome. How are you guys? Oh my gosh, today's episode is going to be legit. Today we're going to be talking about Army of
The Dead.
Thieves. Huh? No, not what? No, not that one.
Dawn of the Army of the Dead, right? No?
Interesting enough that is, okay, spoilers, by the way.
Spoilers.
But yes, they have to do with each other. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, granted,
Okay.
in the movie Army of the Dead, his name is Ludwig Dieter.
Theater.
In Army of the Thieves or Army of Thieves, his name is Sebastian. Very
Nobody can
hard
pronounce.
last
Nobody
Try
can
it.
pronounce last name.
Try it.
Nah, I'm not gonna try that one. I really have a hard time actually saying the actor's real name. So the movie Army of Thieves is an origin story of the locksmith or the safe cracker of safes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call him.
Yeah.
Safe
And-
cracker.
Yeah. And it's his origin story about how he came to the movie Army of the Dead. In Army of the Dead, you kind of, if you've seen it, you already know what happens to him, but there's a reason as to how he got to America and to Las Vegas.
Mhm.
Beautiful Las Vegas. And it is his starting out where he's just like, he has a regular 9 to 5. He goes to work and he comes home every day, does the same things every morning. He eats alone, doesn't really hang out with anybody. He's basically what you would call, he's bored. He's bored. He don't got anything interesting in his life. Until he meets Gwendolyn, beautiful Gwendolyn, who changes his life. Now, how he meets him is through YouTube.
Like us.
Exactly. That's where we're at.
Leave a comment below.
So let's talk about this.
That
y'all.
one
Let's
comment
talk
saved
about
his
this.
life.
So we have actors. I'm gonna try to say his name. Matisse Schweihofer, Natalie Emanuel, Ruby O'Fee, and Matisse. Let me say his name again. Schweihofer. He is the director as well, who worked very closely with Zack Snyder, who directed Army of the Dead.
Yep.
So, the screenplay was also by Shay Hatton. So they obviously, to kind of keep the same tone of Army of the Dead, they matched it almost too well, because it wasn't all Zack Snyder that filmed it or
Yeah, he was a
directed it.
producer.
Mm-hmm.
He was just, he was definitely throwing out pointers, I believe. I was watching a couple of interviews. And so it's funny too, because Matisse, he is also a singer out in Germany.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And even in one of the Jimmy Fallon interviews that he did, he considers himself the Justin Timberlake of Germany, which I thought is awesome.
Great.
I was expecting some beatboxing in one of his music videos. But anyway, so just the whole character lineup, I didn't really recognize a lot of the characters. You have Matisse playing Sebastian. You have what's her name? Natalie Emanuel. She played Gwendolyn, and Ruby O'Fee. She played Corinna, who I thought was actually, she's like a very Velma-like character to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though like the newer Scooby-Doo movie that just came
Mhm.
out, Velma is the tech genius or wizard. It was really cool to see this dynamic duo actually feel like the Scooby-Doo crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Sebastian was like was Scooby.
Yep.
So you have characters like Gwendolyn, who was the leader of this ragtag group of international criminals or bank robbers.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Corinna, who was like the hack genius, like I said earlier. You had Brad Cage, who is a
It's a mixture
of Brad Pitt and Nicolas Cage.
You're right.
If they had a baby together.
baby.
And then you have Rolf, who was the
driver.
the getaway driver. Basically, he was a drifter. And if you guys aren't familiar with drifting, check it out. It's awesome. I consider drifting people who don't want to use the brakes. That's just me.
Or use too much brakes.
Yeah, a little bit excessive.
I mean, yeah. And if you guys recognize Natalie Emmanuel from Fast and the Furious 9, she's part of the family.
Or Game of Thrones.
Right? Oh, Game of Thrones. Yeah, Miss Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I miss her every day, Miss Sunday. I don't miss her Monday through Saturday, but Sunday because it's closer in name. No, all right.
That was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
you like that? Yeah,
I liked it. That
yeah.
was great. That was
Anyway.
actually really good.
You know, Sebastian's looking for some excitement, and then he gets called to a secret, kind of like a cracking
Competition.
safe competition. Yeah, and he has no idea what he's doing there. And in the beginning, I was just like, "Oh, only 4 winners out of the I don't know, was there 8 or 6 or 8 people?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he's just like, "What am I doing? What am I doing?" Like literally gave everybody like a chance to get a crack at the safe, which was funny because even though his character is supposed to be innocently aloof, or not aloof, but it's just not. He wasn't focused enough to realize what he was doing. He was so out of the loop. He was just like, "What's going on? What's going on?" He didn't realize that he had to crack this safe, even though the lady said it before he got in there.
Right. Well, if you
yeah.
were thrown in the middle of something like that,
True.
I would be like, what the
well,
heck?
first thing I'd think of is like, okay, I'm in a competition. 2, okay, deals with this safe. 3, I gotta solve this. Like that's me. That's my thought process. But his was like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here?
What is all these people?
I was just like, well, you know what you are. I was like, you crack safes. You know what I mean? But anyway, he got into there and he made it all the way to the end. And not only did he make it to the end, okay, in the beginning, you would have thought that he gave all these people a chance in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he literally gave that dude a chance. He's
The
like,
last
no,
guy?
dude, I got it. And all he did was like, I feel it. I feel it. I feel the pulse. Doom, 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 boom, done. I was just like, okay.
Like what was it, like 3 seconds left on the clock or something?
Yeah.
He did like
Crazy. And so basically that is how he ends up meeting Gwendolyn, Corinna, Brad, and Rolf. And when I saw Rolf, I thought of Randolph. I was just like, whoa, wait, hold on. I was like, it's really close to your name.
Yeah, that's what Pauline was saying too. Like Rolf, she's like yes, the drifter. That's his name.
And isn't that like that's like wolf, right? That term or the name Rolf?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's wolf.
Sounds like rough.
Yeah. No. Like, isn't that like based off of your name too? Like wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Dolph.
The off part, the OLPH part, and then the they just shortened my name basically. Like they should have just said Randolph. They're just too lazy.
They should have. Should have been Ranuma. That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy if they used that.
Ranuma,
Right?
like
You know?
hey, what the.
That would have
Wow.
been insane. Can you just it's like, are they watching our videos?
Right. And so you see with every character, you have Sebastian's character who's, he just lives a boring life. He wants excitement. Same as Gwendolyn. She wants excitement. She grew up rich, just like Brad Cage did. They both grew up rich. And then Brad Cage got bust up one day. He got beat up. And then he's like, never again. And then he started bench pressing books, and then all of a sudden he looked like Wolverine.
Does he not look like Hugh Jackman?
I thought that was Hugh Jackman. I'm like, what is he doing here? Like,
I was like,
Bro.
is that like the deep fake stuff? You know what I mean?
There was a moment when I was watching it. I'm like, does Hugh Jackman have a brother? And is he an actor? And I looked it up. I was like, nope, not the same last name. But dang, does he look like him?
Yeah.
He looks like a super young version.
Yeah. It was kind of impressive. Too bad they didn't give him the, like instead of like Brad Cage, like Huge Cage or Brad Jackman or something.
Because he's so close
he looks
to
like
yeah. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been so funny.
But he didn't have long hair, which is what would have made the Nick or the Cage part funnier. because
yeah.
because Nicolas Cage had with those chops, he had long hair.
Mhm.
And what was it? Face Off?
Yep, Face
Right?
Off.
That was in Face Off, right? Yeah.
With
Because
John
that was that movie.
Travolta.
He was just like,
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
I was just like, oh, he got long hair. Is he gonna
Such
grow
a
long
good
hair?
movie.
Nope. He's gonna grow hair like Wolverine or Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. I was just like, okay. I was like, did you just meet Rogue or something?
Oh man.
Yeah, and so you find out, he finds them there, and he's all like, "Yo, is this it? Is this the whole thing?" And it was really cool how he was just kind of like asking the dumb questions, I guess some people would call, but it was actually very important questions because he just needed to make sure. He was just like, "Yo, I don't, if
Well, that's not his scene.
Yeah, it's not a scene, not at all.
He works
He's
at a
like,
bank.
I'm not a criminal. Yeah, no, it was a credit union, right?
Oh, credit union.
Yeah. It's like what's the difference between the credit union and the bank? The credit union's
Right.
for the kids. Like
Yeah, and so you have the whole heist was basically to do the ring cycle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to solve Hans Wagner's safes, he had to open the safes. And there's 3 safes that they brought up in this movie. They brought the Das Rheingold, that was in Paris. They brought the Valkyrie, that was in Prague, Czech Republic, and Siegfried, which is in St. Moritz, Switzerland. And,
Correction. There were 4 safes,
they're all,
but the 4th one, what's his name? Haas?
Goddard Damerung.
Yeah.
Damerung.
Goddard put himself in it.
Yep.
And made it his tomb.
Hans.
Hans, yeah. Hans
Yeah.
put himself in it as his tomb, and then it got dropped in the middle of the ocean or
That was
somewhere.
the 5th one they made.
No, that's the 4th one.
No, the 4th one is a part of the cycle. He made the 5th one. That's his tomb.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the 4th one was the Goddard Damerung, and that's in Las
Goddard.
Vegas.
Right. Yeah.
That's here, guys, at Casino Bly. That's right in between MGM and Hard Rock Live. You know where the Coca-Cola building? That's where it is.
You got to do a whole Harry Potter 9 3/4 run to the wall. And
What he
you
said.
see it.
I'm looking for it. I was just like, yo, where is that?
Right? Like, that's so funny.
I mean, because they
copyrights.
they show Tropicana and they show like the New York, and I saw the MGM, but then I was just like, dude, there's a building over there. Is that supposed to be like the Polo Towers? But
so funny. All right, go on with the saves.
So yeah, the saves. They want to do the ring cycle.
Yeah.
And ultimately, they were going to go and shoot for all 4. But in this movie, they talk about the first 3. And, you see them kind of go through all the heists. And it was really interesting how they did the first house. Right? Or not the first house.
The first safe.
The first bank or credit union, excuse me. They, and just like any other movies with bank heists, they always talk about it and then they do it.
Right.
But this one, they talked about it and they did it as if they were told from the movie Dune by a truthsayer that, and it just happened. You know what I'm saying?
It's like just a what do you call it? Like a shout out to like Ocean's 11, right? You think I thought of Ocean's 11 as they do that, right? It's like because I think it's the most in my opinion, at least for our generation, Ocean's 11 is definitely the iconic heist movie.
Yeah, it was
right. So they do that whole thing. They talk about it. It's like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, and then blah 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 blah, and that's the rest of the plan. And then they do it, right? And like you said, in this case, they're talking about it, and then they get back in the van, and he's like, oh, so that's it. You think it's that simple? Yeah. So well, what are we doing? We already did it. He's like, what? You have the money in your hand. What? Everything flashed before his eyes, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was really dope about the movie.
Yeah. I thought it was like poking fun at the idea, but at the same time keeping it classy. Definitely.
Yeah, and just like in the movie Army of the Dead, I'm gonna have to bring that up a couple of times too.
Well, of course you have to.
Yeah. And spoilers for Army of the Dead. You have them talk about, or the owner of the Goddard Damerung, the owner of that, Tanaka, Mr. Tanaka, he explains to them, all you have to do is go in, shoot up the zombies, go inside the safe, have your guy here crack the code, and then grab the money and fly out into the sunset. That's it. So that's basically how it was. But obviously, unlike Army of Thieves, something else happened. In this one, they actually did what the plan was.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. And not only did they do what the plan was, they did it as if they hadn't done it yet, but they finished it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is brilliant. I love this movie already.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I think there is 4 safes.
There are 4.
There are 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's a 5th one is the one that Hans died in. He made that one. Yeah. Huh? The 5th or the 4th one. The 4th one that's called Goddard Damarung.
I'll never be able to pronounce that. Goddard
Damarung. Goddard Damarung.
I'm so sorry to all of those. Is it German?
Yeah.
Sorry to all you German folks by butchering your language. We are so sorry.
Yeah. My mom, when she was in the military, she was stationed out in Germany, so she was able to say all these names.
Oh, really?
Oh,
That's dope.
And I'm like, I was all coming here prepared. By the time I walked through the door, I'm all like, I don't know how to say this anymore.
You're like, Matthew? No, wait, that's not Matthew.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My German.
Yeah,
my German.
My German is
right
very
out.
rusty. You know? Gesundheit, Scheiße. But, yeah, so yeah, there's 4 safes, a part of the ring cycle, or the cycle of ring, or something like that. And the 5th one that Hans Wagner made was his tomb. And they dropped that bad boy in the ocean.
But I guess I was just confused then, because the 4th safe disappeared then, because nobody knew where it was. Because whenever
No, they didn't know where it was.
Because whenever Gwen and Sebastian were talking, she said, I hear rumors that it's in Nevada, and that's why she wanted to go to Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think anybody, like, people didn't know unless what's his name? What was
Tanaka.
it? Tanaka. He knew because obviously it was his safe, right?
Right. He knew, yeah. He owned he owned the Siegfried as well.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he owned the Siegfried and the 4th safe.
I like that every safe, I thought it was a brilliant idea that every safe had like a story. Like it wasn't just a safe.
Yeah.
Right? There was a story behind it, and I mean that was really like the reason why Sebastian was able to crack him is because he enjoyed the music, because they were based off of operas, right? The four safes were based off of
operas,
and
famous
because
operas.
he enjoyed them
From the Norse. mythology,
yeah, exactly. And because he enjoyed them, he was able to like decipher them as he's telling this story. But the safe is all this. And I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was just.
And he talked a lot.
He
too.
really did.
Yeah, during the process.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being with him? Like, do you know the story? No, but I have a feeling you're gonna tell me.
Right. In the end, she wanted him to tell him the last story. With,
Yes. Please tell me.
Please tell me the story.
Please tell me. I no longer want to be single, is what she was saying yesterday. Yeah. Oh, how is that? What Karina? She's like, so like we want to make out. I was just like, dude.
Oh, I know.
And then he looks at. I was just like, I don't know. I would have thought like, oh, she was unavailable. Because when you see somebody like Brad Cage, you instantly think they gotta be together. You know what I mean? Gwen, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But then, and then I see Karina, I was like, oh, she's pretty, right? I was just like, wait, yeah, she's pretty, And she's like, and she was dope too. She's like, yeah, and you're a nerd. She's like, I'm a nerd, you're a nerd, we're nerds. I'm just like, oh, easy. He cracks safe. That's what alphas do.
Yeah.
And so, and their main issue, of course, is to get all these safes and get out. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Brad Cage decides to get jealous. I don't know how. There was nothing that pointed to Sebastian getting with
Right.
Gwen. He's like, hey, you didn't tell me that you and so-and-so, you and Brad was, a thing. And she's like, oh, we're not. And I was like, oh, and they're all on, I was just like, and he's like, it's like, it would have been better if you told me. Now I can see that could be it. But I'm like, I'll just like, it wasn't his fault, Sebastian's fault. Sebastian, I'm just like,
he was just a jelly boy.
He was a jelly boy.
Insecure.
Yeah. And And
the real Brad Cage would not be that insecure.
Yeah, it was sad though because what
You don't
she
need
grabbed
to be
people
when you're Brad Cage.
that's
Right.
Yeah, she gathered people who she thought shared the same sense of adventure.
Yeah.
But the only person that did do that was our boy Sebastian or Ludwig.
Ludwig.
His alter ego.
Yes. He evolved into Ludwig later on.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't think he thought that was like a silly name. Now I just need to know what Ludwig and Dieter means in German, you know? Because I was like, is that like a silly name, like, I don't know, like Blart Pluto, you know? Blart is a funny name. Blart sounds like fart, you know? Maybe is that the same thing? I'm not sure.
He's not saying that your name is funny, Blart, if you're out there.
I'm Blart from the movie. He was a mall cop. Yeah, his name was Blart. Okay, all right. Just don't get confused. I don't know anybody named Blart except for Kevin James.
I did. Oh, go ahead.
Ludwig means famous warrior in German. Ludwig.
Famous.
And what about Dieter?
Which makes sense. 'Cause he was like a superhero, right? His character,
his
comic book character, was a superhero.
It was a short form of Dietrich, from Theodoric or people ruler. So he is a people ruler and a famous warrior.
I get it. So it's basically warrior.
Yeah.
or
he's just super strong.
times 2. So it's like it's almost like the same word, but a different context, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, what's up, guys? My name is Superman Batman. You know,
Basically,
Superman Batman. I think that was why he thought it was silly.
Omega Man Superman.
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was cool. You know, I thought it was cool. Also, they only had 4 days to crack 3 of these.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
I don't know if they were gonna go for the 4th because it was, like you said, it was a rumor. Yeah. But it was in the works, but they needed to get to 3 within 4 days.
Yeah.
And then they had them 2 cops, Delacroix and Beatrice, which I thought was dope because this movie is based in Europe. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like, there's a lot of English. But Delacroix, the police officer, or Interpol, he spoke French in and out. Like, it was English and it was French. I was like, now that's cool. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is cool. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like, I mean, it's because, like, in Europe, everything is, like, one thing, right? Interpol crosses borders. It has no...
Interpol is everywhere, right?
Yeah, Interpol is all over Europe.
International, yeah.
So, it's yeah.
Wait, is Interpol only in Europe? I thought it was international police. That's what Interpol was.
Yeah, but I don't think they can go to, like, the Middle East and do stuff there. I think it's contracted only to the European... all the countries that are part of the UN? the UN. No, not UN. UN is the United Nations, which is like a bunch of different countries, even north.
No, I mean, being attached to them would make more sense.
So think about, like, everybody who's part of the, like, who trade in the euro.
Yeah,
they're all part of that same contract. So Interpol is all of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know if they can go to England anymore. I think England left.
Not all of England, just one part. Brexit is the only place that is that detached itself, I think, from England. Is that what you're talking about?
No. England separated themselves from the
United Kingdom?
from Europe, the Europe Conference of Europe, didn't they?
I don't know.
I think they did.
I thought you were talking about Brexit.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, the Interpol. So Interpol is made up of a bunch of people from different countries. Yeah. Right. But yeah, it is cool that
he was going in and out with French. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. It makes his character more realistic instead of him speaking in a French accent.
English in a French accent the entire time.
Yeah. And excuse me, I cannot go to the bathroom. Be our guest. Be our guest. Excuse my terrible French. English.
Which is offending all kinds of people today. Germans and...
and Portuguese, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak all those languages, guys, but I can play a Portuguese instrument or an instrument inspired by the Portuguese.
Which is?
It's the ukulele. I played the ukulele, and it was originally brought from the Portuguese.
Really? I didn't know that.
The brele, I think is the instrument called brele. But the uku is flea and lele is jump, or jumping. So ukulele is the jumping flea.
That's interesting.
Yes, sir. But yeah. So we obviously see the main antagonist is Delacroix and Beatrix. And Beatrix and Delacroix's relationship was hilarious as well. I mean, he's all like, hey, come into my office. She's like, is it important? He's like, super important. He's like, see the safe crack, or the guy who cracks the safes. He's like, yeah, look, it's the same guy from YouTube, and I'm his second viewer. This is how they met. And she's like, is that all?
You could have called me for this.
You could have called me for this, okay? Tap, walks out.
Right.
And he's like,
she's so over him.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
she's so over. It's like, I hate this working with this guy.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was during the meeting where she's like, yeah, we need to read the booklet, and I'm going to go make sure he doesn't have a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, okay.
She's
Personal
like,
assistant.
Is she his mom or is she his partner? What is going on here? Got to keep him on the rails, man. Like on that leash, because he's just going crazy. He really wanted Brad Cage super bad because Brad Cage shot him in the butt.
Yeah.
Well, shot his flask that was in his back pocket.
I thought they were gonna pan to where he's like in a wheelchair or something, but no, the camera pans over to his little flask, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you didn't really get shot in the butt. You got saved by the flask, you didn't really get shot.
But he still walked with a limp.
He walks with a limp. Yeah.
He still walked, so it did some nerve damage or something there, but he did like kind of like.
If he didn't shoot him in the booty, they probably wouldn't be like, they wouldn't have chased him. So it is Brad Cage's fault. That dude sucks, even though he looked awesome in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Hugh Jackman Jr.
Hugh Jackman Jr.
I was just like, he is no Hugh Jackman.
Nope.
He
became the hero long enough.
He's Alexis.
He became the hero long enough to be the villain in the story.
Yeah. So in the first safe cracking, right? They had, in my opinion, Ocean's 11 like shout out, right? In the second heist,
The Valkyrie. Yeah.
The Valkyrie. It was a what's it? Is it called Boiling Point? What's the movie called? I just had it in my head.
Which one? What movie?
It's a bunch of surfers and they go and rob banks.
Point Break.
Point Break. It was a Point Break reference, right? Because Brad Cage, he went into it with a
with Richard Nixon.
Nixon.
Reagan. Oh, okay.
It was a Nixon mask, and that was from Point Break because they were the ex-presidents that broke into that would go and rob the banks, and they were all wearing like different president masks on.
Yeah. Oh man.
So that was that reference. That was pretty dope to me. I was like, all right, there we go. I didn't see one for the third one, but then again, the third one they kind of just took it.
They just straight up took it.
But
it was a boss move how they took it though.
It really was.
And you really get to see that, how they actually work with and without each other.
Delacroix is like 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. 5. I'm like,
but you guys called for earlier though. Like, no, I didn't.
Oh my gosh.
And his partner kept saying, like, are you sure?
Yeah.
We should go in earlier. Like, and she's like, they could,
It's too good to be true,
Right. Like, no, 5 o'clock.
And I think that's why he was more mad, because he was ultimately going insane. I was just like, bro, you just got shot in the booty. There's zombies. Go freaking deal with that, dog.
And then Interpol's Geek Squad dude has he was like, nothing can break through my cryptic wall or whatever, or I can get anything.
Right.
Like his cryptic, their cryptic wall was not that great as mine. I got this.
Yeah.
It was like literally freaking
you just got
chewing on gum.
boy.
You just got playa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what was weird though is that she couldn't deflect the cell phones between Brad and Gwen. That was one thing I didn't understand. And
what do you mean?
So they remember how Corinna said run because they were made by Brad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why Corinna couldn't block the cell phone. You know what I mean? I don't understand why she didn't do that, and that's one of the things that I would have done, especially at the caliber that Corinna was doing. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
And then she went outside and she got caught. I was like, how?
What was the?
You know what I mean?
What was she trying to achieve? The fact that she saw that Brad Cage is like right there. What was she trying to achieve when she tried to run towards them?
Bro, you and I are the same. I saw that too. I'm like,
like,
are you gonna like knock on his door? He might shoot you. What are you
like,
doing?
hello.
Remember
me?
Maybe she was gonna like stab his tire or something. You know, like puncture the tire, make sure
She
that
took
the
too long.
With
yeah,
what?
I don't
The
know.
phone?
But
that's
you don't know. Maybe she had like a phone with a knife on it.
This is why their team was so efficient, was because there are certain people that did certain things.
Yeah.
Like Brad was obviously the guy that did all the physical work. Yeah.
Well, he was the proclaimed leader, apparently.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed leader.
Yeah.
Well, which brings me to like you have a good point, right? Because whenever Brad and Rolf went to go and rob the last one, I was like, bro, you're the driver, you're the muscle. Neither of you can break the safe. What are you even doing here?
And like, man, if they get to the he goes, if they get to the safe before us, man, they're they're such double crossers. And then Rolf's like, well, we kind of did that first.
I was just confused by that. I was like,
that.
you realize neither of you can like crack the safe, right? That's why you had Sebastian, because you guys can't do anything.
What was Brad Cage taking? Those pills?
Probably steroids.
I think it was painkillers because he got shot in the shoulder,
yeah,
and that's when he started taking the pills. But I think he got like hooked on them or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, granted, he was probably still in a lot of pain because this was 4 days. So
you got probably shot
a day or two is not enough time to heal from a gunshot.
He was running off of adrenaline.
Right?
And
now I feel it.
I wonder, like, all right, did you check the GPS? He's like, yeah, I checked the GPS. He didn't check the GPS. He didn't turn it on. And then, they're just like, okay, so what's the plan? And they had no plan.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh, geez. But however, I was like, yeah, the ladies had the plans. And Corinna worked, she said she worked too hard on this third safe to not do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way they cracked the safe was pure poetry because I was just like, yo, he had, like, because if you watch Army of the Dead first, obviously you know that he needs silence.
Yeah.
This fool did it in the back of a truck.
Right. A moving truck.
Going downhill. Yeah, a moving truck. Yeah.
Driving like crazy.
It was awesome. I was just like, yo, what the heck? I was just like, this is a great movie. I was like, why is this on Netflix and not in like theaters? Or maybe it is on theaters. But I know it came out on October 29th. So
yeah,
if you guys haven't seen it, do it.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about what you just said, but I forgot what it was. What was it? Oh my goodness, that was gonna drive me crazy. But it had to do with nope, it's not gonna.
You got it? You sure?
Yeah. When they're like sitting in his house.
Oh yeah.
And they're just like sitting there. He just walks in all like depressed or whatever. Goes to the kitchen, and they're like, "Should we say something?" No. Too much time has passed.
Yeah, it's weird now.
It's like maybe we should like walk out.
Surprise.
It's like, why would we do that? And then she goes and just yells and he burns himself the second time.
Yeah.
I was busted. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, he did such a good job. And I think I like the dynamic shift, the personality shift of Sebastian to Ludwig.
Yeah.
Right?
Sebastian is Ludwig.
Yeah. Well, but they're two different people. In my opinion, they're two different people.
Oh, right.
Sebastian is nervous and like he very easily scared and all this stuff. He's an amateur.
He's the nervous guy.
Exactly. And then there's Ludwig, who thinks he's the best, safe cracker on the planet, right? Which you see, because did you guys watch? I mean, it wasn't that far into the end, but the last part of the movie was the clip where Batista and I don't know what the lady's name was. They go into the shop looking for him, and he's all this cool guy. He's like, oh, yeah, this is was it Goddard? The super safe.
Goddard.
And he's just like, he acts like so cool now. He's so confident in himself. He knows his abilities. He cracked the other three. Obviously, like, I'm the best safer.
He's like, no, he goes, can I open the safe? I don't know. Am I the closest to opening it? Well, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So he has the confidence.
They're definitely two different people. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He had the confidence.
Yeah. He finally became Ludwig, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's
the warrior.
Beast. I've already opened 3 of Han's safes.
Right.
Bring me more.
Bring me the last one, and I truly am king of cracking.
King of the safes. You know, like one piece. So many pieces.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do a episode on Army of the Dead.
Right.
Oh yeah, and we can. It's actually really good that we're starting with this because this is actually the prequel to it. So
yes, it is.
Yeah, indeed.
Which I wonder is like, are they gonna do this with more of the characters?
I want them to, but something tells me no, because I think this is a European film and it wasn't an American film. Does that make sense? And where Army of the Dead, I think that was an American film. So unless there'd be like 3 other characters that would need like a kind of like a story. The other character would be like Guzman,
like a backstory.
And Guzman, because he's a YouTuber as well. Remember, he had a YouTube channel, or if you guys
in the movie
Army of the Dead, in the movie.
Oh, is he you're talking about the gangster dude, right?
Yeah, Guzman. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
He is. I think he would have a great backstory because he had more characters in there with him as his unit. So it was really cool to see. It'd be cool to see his backstory and how he became called up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the other one would be, of course, Bautista and Valshone.
Yeah.
To see them, but I mean, I don't know if that they would make, because you obviously know what his MO was, but that's a different story.
That's true.
So unless Zack Snyder's going to open up like the Army verse, huh? Would that be the Army verse? Like what would be next? Gosh. Army of influencers.
Army of influencers, nice. And
then at the end, like Ludwig, he has a scene. He's like, why was I not in this movie? Because he's also, he's a YouTuber too. And then, and someone says, well, you only had really 2 views. That'd be funny if they did that.
That would be pretty funny.
But that's what I see in the future anyway. As far as your question goes,
No, I thought that was just like, I was thinking about it. Like, well, if they did Ludwig, I wonder if they would do any of the other characters.
Okay, so about the conclusion. So I thought that was weird that Delacroix was like, yeah, leave, get out of here. He's not a criminal. He just opened safes. I was like, excuse me, he broke in with y'all. I mean, he walked in to the place he's not supposed to be. He is a criminal, at least with trespassing.
Right.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
and he broke 3 safes. 3. He is more than enough to be a criminal.
I think in the end, he knew, right? I mean, it was either you let him go and you get her, or you don't let him go. She shoots you, you shoot her, and you both die, and he still goes.
Yeah.
So I think he's like, you know what? Let me just. And he wasn't big fish. Mm-hmm. He broke these 3 saves. Granted, the biggest 3 saves ever, right? But he wasn't the main. What did they call themselves? They had a name, didn't they?
What, the Thieves? You mean their group name?
Yeah, they had a group name, didn't they? I thought they did.
Oh
no,
I didn't think they did.
Maybe I just imagined it in my own head.
What would it be, Leo?
I must have forgotten.
If it was.
I don't know. I forgot.
Bank heisters. The heisters of credit unions.
The Amazing 5.
Yeah. So okay, so more with the conclusion. Like did you guys feel anything was off. Like when you come to the conclusion, like they did a bunch of heists together. There was a betrayal, and obviously then they get caught. If it did seem a little weird where Interpol just let Sebastian go.
Yeah.
But like what I thought was going to happen was he was going to get shot and get knocked out and then wake up somewhere else and figure out that that there was a clue that he has to leave to go to America. I'll just say, oh, so he's going to this is where he learns about going to America. But no, he learns about it because he left her and he opens up a bag.
Some passports.
And he had all their passports. Yeah. And his passport was dope. Ludwig Dieter.
Yeah.
That was cool. So, like, I didn't see that one. I thought he was going to get shot. He was going to get knocked out, and he was going to have everything given to him, and she was going to be caught or something like that. Or dead, maybe. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Or zombie.
I wasn't bothered by it. I wasn't bothered by how that whole scene happened.
How was the whole conclusion in general? Then?
I thought it was good.
Yeah?
I thought it was good because it kind of, it explains why he's
in Vegas.
Yeah. Right? Because he's waiting for her to come.
Yeah, at Gwendolyn Locksmith.
Yeah. The only thing,
so funny.
The only thing that I caught, and so you know how Randolph he's the Easter egg hunter.
Oh yeah.
Right?
The number one.
Truly. Right? I consider myself the mistake hunter. Okay.
You're just a great critique, Leo.
I catch mistakes. My wife gets annoyed with me sometimes because I'm like, I'll just sit there, we'll watch a movie, and I'll go, mistake. And so the mistake that I caught was they drive the truck down, they've opened the truck, the safe or whatever, they're parked, right? When they're in the back, Sebastian takes off his vest, his bulletproof vest, and he throws it in the back of the truck, and then Brad and Rolf come and they they do their whole thingy, whatever. And they eventually, they get caught or whatever. And then they leave, right? Well, he still doesn't have his vest on. But there's a scene when they're driving in the car after they leave, when they're getting to the dock, and he has his vest on. And he's talking to her, right? And then when he confesses his love, he no longer has his vest anymore. And I'm like, mistake.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I caught that. I'm sure there's other mistakes in there, but that was the one I really caught. I was like, huh. Because I paid attention. I was like, why is he taking off his vest? And that's why I noticed that his vest was still on when they were in the car driving away. And I'm like, so funny.
He
gets hot. How do you not? Granted, there's probably hundreds upon hundreds of hours of filming being done, right?
Right.
That are cut down to 2 hours or whatever, however long this movie is. So you got to give these people slack. But I'm like, how do you miss that? How do you miss that whole part? And I guess it doesn't matter because once it's already in edit, when they're going to edit, it's like they're not filming anymore. It's done. Filming is done. We're back home. They're probably back in LA editing the entire thing. It's like, oh, there's a mistake. Well, too bad. We can't do nothing about it. Let's just keep going. But that was the only thing that I caught that was like, huh. But other than that, I thought the ending as a whole I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Randolph?
The ending. I can see why Delacroix wanted to just he wanted to take in Natalie's character in. I forgot her name. Gwen. And she kind of turned around and said that you basically wanted me and Alexis, so which basically told Sebastian as the person to just. It made it sound like she kind of bribed him to do this and that. So I just didn't understand why, like you said, like why he just left like that, I would have thought that Delacroix would get both of them in, but he just wanted to get, what's her face, Gwendolyn instead. do you guys think that maybe later on Gwendolyn comes back and gets reunited with them?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Have you seen Army of the Dead?
I have not. I
Okay.
think it was a good thing that I didn't because element of surprise. I don't know, but was she in there or not? Not really.
No, I don't think so. Was she?
I don't. No. I actually watched it today as well.
Mhm.
Army of the Dead?
Uh-huh.
Was she in there?
No, her name was. That's it. The Gwen. I mean, on the shop that.
Yeah.
Dudu was at.
Okay.
Or Dieter's.
Because I don't think this is a spoiler for Randolph. Did the zombie like infection apocalypse thing happen all over the world or just in the U.S.?
Just in Vegas.
I think just in
Australia.
Vegas.
They were able
yeah.
to contain it.
Yeah, they contained the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I'm like, did it take over the whole world or were they able to contain it just to the U.S. But it was just Vegas?
Yeah, because it came from Area 51.
Yes.
It's in the synopsis. Area 51 breakout. And in Vegas, or because it was in Nevada, right?
Yeah.
And if you watch the trailer, it literally you see all of Vegas. You see it on Tropicana and everything like that. It's pretty funny.
It's kind of interesting to watch,
Yeah.
like us living here and just watching all this stuff. It's like this must be how other people feel from other parts of the world.
Yeah,
when they're
right.
showing their cities and whatever. I'm like, it's cool.
Right.
That's inaccurate, but that's cool.
right. Like I want to, all the people, with Italy,
Uh-huh.
and I want to see like what Italy does really look like and how they feel about movies. That's like Aquaman was, I guess it was in Italy too. I was like, does the houses really look like that? I feel like they don't, but I could be wrong. I play GeoGuessr and it's pretty close.
Bro, one of the things that bothers me the most is when they show Mayan temples, because I'm originally from Guatemala.
Uh-huh.
You know that, right?
Yes.
Randolph, you know that, right? And when they show certain temples, and I'm like, and it says Mexico underneath, I'm like, that is not in Mexico. That's in Guatemala. You are offending me. That belongs to my people. I'll just say. But maybe it's just a little bit of country pride.
Maybe, yeah. But overall with this movie, I would have to give this movie an A.
Mm-hmm.
It kept the same tone as Army of the Dead. The characters were lovable. I got really into it in the first 10 minutes. I would watch it in the theaters in a heartbeat. That's the type of movie it was for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it a B. Here's the reason why.
Why?
Because
Why?
I mean, it was a good movie. I think it was, but the one thing that was preventing me from giving it an A is because I felt like it was a little bit too predictable. Like we know that they're gonna find the safe. We know that he's gonna crack it. Like, and there was a lot of conflict and everything. But I just felt like it was a little bit too predictable. But I guess it's one of those movies that I think it's supposed to be. When I think of safe and cracking and safe cracking and all that, I think of like when I think of heist, it kind of gives me that Ocean's 11 vibe. It gives me that Fast and Furious kind of vibe where it's all action and stuff like that. I kind of wish there was like a lot more. Like it makes you think more, But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives you some more of that kind of feeling in that movie. But then again, it's I don't think it was made to be that way. But that's just me personally. I would give it a B.
Oh, you like the more intricacies about it?
Yeah.
That makes sense. A lot of people like that about bank heist movies.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that's what makes like Ocean 11 like so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like
Right.
11 people, right?
Something like that.
Like 11. Yeah, I was like, yo, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Too much. to
They
keep
only needed 5, so who's the better bank heister?
Yeah.
Oh.
up.
Hey, and Brad Pitt is in that movie.
Yes, he is.
Ocean's
In
11,
Ocean's
yeah.
11. And then I think the action part came from Nicolas Cage. I guess I don't know.
Maybe.
So
Well, Ralph is, gone in 50 seconds.
I thought
Or-
the movie was really good. I thought it was well done. I completely agree. It has like the whole feel of like Army of the Dead was still there. Like the whole the cinematic.
Yeah. It had
personality,
light touches of zombies in there too.
Yeah.
His dreams,
which scared me. That was
like,
terrifying.
The little girl.
I was like, no, don't show me no little girl zombie people. Come out.
I'm like, why would you exit? Why would you go out? You know, like
why would you? I agree, bro. I agree. I sat like this with my ears plugged and everything. I'm like, I'm not. I can't. Good thing it was just a dream. That's why I was asking about whether or not it like spread around the world or not. So, but yeah, I thought it was really good. Another thing that I liked, and I didn't mention it earlier, was like the whole gear section. Like whenever he was turning the gears and whenever, and it goes like into the save, like, and you'd see the whole all the mechanics moving. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's good job, guys. I liked it. Yep. It was really, really awesome. My only issue with any bank heist movie is that money's super heavy. And you can have $40 million in a safe. You ain't coming up with $40 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
They never even stole that much.
I know.
You saw like these huge stacks still there. Like,
it's like maybe a couple $100,000, but money is heavy.
I think the thing is with Gwendolyn is that she just wanted to see their safe cracked. Because she was saying definitely. That she didn't want to take all the money. They just wanted to take as much as they can. But they just she just wanted to see the safe cracked. Yeah. So I mean, I guess
same as Sebastian.
I think in their case that was the whole point of it. It was definitely more about breaking these cracking these like infamous safes, right?
Yeah.
But or famous safes. I don't know which word to use there. But like in other heist movies, they always have that problem where they're like, we're gonna steal $50 million. It's like, but there's only two of you coming out of there. You ain't gonna walk out with $50 million. Like unless it's all virtual inside of there, then hacking the system. I don't know.
And what made the safes even better was that not only did you have to manually open them, but if you fail to open them, they don't open again.
They're locked forever.
Can
you imagine being the bank owner? Somebody tried to hack and trying to break in, it locks forever. His money is stuck in there. He's like, crap, I'm bankrupt now. Just millions of dollars.
That'd be hilarious. Oh, dude, I just thought of it.
That's thought of that too. That's too funny. But I give it an A-. I thought it was really good. I thought the movie was it was just well done and lighthearted, and I enjoyed it. It to me it went really fast,
and it was 2 hours.
Yeah, which is a good thing, right? In the sense that it was so entertaining, you didn't even notice that time was passing by so fast.
Exactly.
Okay. But yeah, A- for sure.
All right, A-. Okay. Well, that wraps up this episode. Thank you to White Wong Media. New episodes every Wednesdays.
Don't forget to like and follow our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter, and catch our new episodes on Anchor FM as well.
Yep. Like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the links are down below. Thanks for tuning in again, and see you all next time.
See you next time, guys.